I'm just making this video before I take the system down. We successfully drilled our well deeper because our well ran dry. We had no choice. But this is a system that I used for 2 years and it worked for me great. It kept our well healthy and it kept us with a good source of water, a good water level here, so we didn't have to worry about it. Anyway, where your well comes up to your pressure tank, you cut that, you divert it to where you can have your storage tank. For me, that was just in the ceiling through a sediment filter into the 600-gallon tank that I bought from Percheron Plastics. From there, it goes into a jet pump into the pressure tank that repressurizes the house. I have a junction box here because it came with a pressure tank that didn't have a cutoff switch. And I wanted that because if the tank, for whatever reason, goes empty here, I want this to turn off. So you got to switch that pressure switch out with the one that has a lever. So when the pressure drops below 30, it'll, and there's no water, it'll cut this off and save it. So what I have running the tank and what keeps the system between certain levels is my float switch that's in there. So you can see the wire that goes down, and that's just a little electrical bracket that you can get from kind of like a pitless adapter, but not really. You can get from Home Depot for $2, and it hangs that float switch in there. You need a potable water float switch. That was about $60. I think the company was called Sump Alarm, but it's potable water. The tank needs to be for potable water as well, because some of them are only chemicals. This is, I think it's HDPE or something, whatever, rotomolded polyethylene plastic. This is about $1,500 to purchase and have it shipped here to New Brunswick, Canada, where I live. What actually operates the tank and the system is this timer. I wanted a timer because when I use my pump tech, which is right here, and I'll take this off now. This is my control box for my well. This pump tech costs $200. You plug it in, it just plugs right into any Franklin or Berkeley box, I believe. And you can set it to detect a dry run on your well. It detects a low drop, so when the pump stops pumping water, when it runs dry, it says, okay, we're not working as hard now. That means there's no water in the pump, let's turn it off, and it turns that off. And you can set it to come back on every 2 minutes or 3 hours or 4 hours or whatever. I don't like that because it keeps the well dry. If we're using too much water, it'll just keep the well dry and run it dry every 2 hours. So what I have instead is a timer. So what I did was I ran the well dry, waited an hour, ran it dry again, got my recharge rate from that, which is about 4 gallons per hour, which was awful. And so I set my timer to run 4 times a day for 4 minutes each time at 5 gallons a minute. That's about 80 gallons per day. The well recharged 90 gallons per day. So I knew that the well was always going to be full no matter how much water I use in my tank. And that timer is about $25 from Amazon. I had an electrician come. This is the only part that I couldn't do myself, to wire up this as a contactor. So it allows the float switch in the well to disrupt the power to the well pump. Sorry, the float switch in the tank to disrupt the power to the well pump, as well as the timer. So they all play together nicely. And then it's wired into the control box as well to operate the pump in the well. So every day the timer goes off in the morning. I fill out my 20 gallons and it'll go off 4 times a day. That's just based on my schedule that I've set for it. This timer, I wanted to have different schedules so I can change it, and it worked quite well for that. And the jet pump repressurizes the house. So once the water's in the tank, it works like a normal system. But it's just trying to extract the right amount of water from your well to keep it healthy. And that's a system that worked for me. I'm just disassembling it now, and I thought I'd get a video for it.